Sarper made a surprising move on 90 Day Fiancé by agreeing to sign a prenup with Shekinah Garner, but only under one wild condition. Sarper is a personal trainer from Turkey who met Shekinah, an esthetician from Los Angeles, during her trip to Istanbul. At first, he was not serious about dating her and had a notorious past, claiming to have slept with over 3,000 women. Sarper insisted that he changed for Shekinah, calling her his first real girlfriend. However, his behavior on 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 is raising doubts, with many viewers suspecting it may have all been an act. Sarper viewed his quitting his playboy behavior as a major sacrifice when committing to Shekinah. However, his actions didn't reflect the respect she deserved. He delayed making their relationship public on Instagram and embarrassed her in front of her sister. Despite Shekinah's clear refusal, he pressured her to have a child. At one point, Sarper even told her he would forget her in 2 days if she returned to the US. Eventually, he apologized after recognizing his behavior. Shekinah accepted his proposal and brought Sarper to America to marry him. Sarper and Shekinah were finally getting along well in the new 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 episode when the topic of a prenup was brought up by one of Shekinah's friends, Alexandra. The couple was meeting with her large group of friends in Los Angeles and talking about how they wanted a wedding instead of a wedding, when the mention of a prenup suddenly made things tense. "What about a prenup?" Alexandra asked, and the rest of the group began to wonder if Sarper even knew what a prenuptial agreement was. Shekinah's friend Wendy tried to explain to Sarper that no one was trying to offend him, but the reality was that neither he nor they could control how long it would take for him to legally work and contribute in the US. "That could be 2 months. That could be 2 years, Wendy said. She and the others suggested that a prenup would serve as a safety net for both Sarper and Shekinah in case things went wrong. Shekinah noticed Wendy getting emotional, as she was very afraid for her, especially since Wendy also serves as her business manager. Wendy had worked hard to help Shekinah secure brand deals and build her financial stability, so seeing her risk it all for marriage raised serious concerns. Wendy wasn't just a friend, she had invested time and effort into Shekinah's success. "Babe, you know I trust you, but it might be a good idea for me to just get that," Shekinah gently told Sarper, referring to the prenup. However, Sarper appeared hesitant about signing any agreement. In a private interview, he admitted he was shocked, saying they had never discussed it before. In his culture, marriage means a full, lifelong commitment. Sarper then decided to sign the prenup only if a special clause was added. Sarper got agitated as he spoke, pointing his finger at Shekinah and shaking it, prompting her to ask him to put it down. Sarper told Shekinah that he had a weight goal of 128 pounds for her. "I will weigh you in every first week of every month, and for every pound you over, I will fine you for $1,000, Sarper announced. He kept asking Shekinah if she was okay with that. Sarper noted that if someone puts agreements into a relationship, it becomes a business. "That's a clause I'm adding for you." Since Shekinah came to Sarper with a prenup request, he decided to make a counteroffer. Shekinah agreed to sign it, believing Sarper was only doing it out of frustration. She admitted it wasn't surprising to her. It was the same man who had been weighing her since day one. Shekinah recognized that this was Sarper's way of getting back at her for bringing up something he found offensive. To him, the idea of a prenup felt like a lack of trust, and this response was his subtle way of reclaiming control in the situation. 90 Day Fiancé star Shekinah's friends wondered how deeply she was being manipulated by Sarper to agree to such a thing. She tried to explain to them that it was something she was already doing. Sarper walked out of the conversation when he felt called out by Shekinah's friends. He claimed it was a disrespectful move on Shekinah's part when he was treating their relationship like a business transaction. Sarper asking Shekinah to add the weight clause to the agreement just goes on to show that he is someone who will never change.